Welcome. The name of this show is No Eyelids. So, why is it No Eyelids? Well, it's because some people don't deserve to have eyelids. Not only do they not deserve to have eyelids, they deserve to have no eyelids because they were cut off with rusty scissors that were dipped in gasoline. Yes. Let me preface this with a couple things real quick before you go off the deep end. Number one, Uh, believe it or not, I'm not a hater. I'm not a loony dude that thinks everybody has to pay for crimes that they didn't commit or pay for crimes that I committed. I decided to start this video blog tonight because I saw a show on biography, and the biography was on cult leaders. So I gave you preface number one that I'm not a hater. Preface number two is I'm actually a pretty fair person. I don't believe that everybody should that's found guilty of a crime should just go to jail forever and we forget about them. Preface number three would be that I do believe in rehabilitation. I do believe in redemption, and I do believe that people can um, change for the better and make mistakes and still come out of those better than they were before because they learned from them. So before you all judge me, I had to say those things. The reason why I wanted to do this video blog, and as I said earlier tonight, it happens to be about something I saw on Biography Channel that dealt with, religious cult leaders, was there are some things that I see and I hear that are just utterly disturbing, amazing, and not real to me. Uh, that I see on TV, that I hear from people that I know, friends, whatever stories. And I just, a lot of myself cannot believe them. But yet, when I hear them in the news and I know they're real, not because they were in the news, but because it was reported by many different news outlets on the news. And that's why I believe it. It utterly just takes me back. It makes me just like, you know, partly want to vomit, throw up. And the other part, which I'm going to share with you tonight, is the anger that comes about. And anger, not in terms of, I'm going to go out and I'm going to kill 50,000 people that had nothing to do with, what I'm mad about. No. I'm sharing with you anger in a productive way. At least it is to me. Because I'm talking about it. I'm getting it out. And it makes me mad. And here's why. I saw this show on like religious leaders, cult leaders, and basically the long and short of it is they sucker people in, and these people include parents that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and more disturbing, their children. And what do these religious leaders that preach about God and Jesus and Christ and all the good do? And it's not always just about Christian religion, it's also other religions. But the mainstay has always been about Jesus, the end of the world. That's how these cults start, that's how they proliferate. And what really got to me tonight was I saw these stories of these young girls that were young. And so, what do I mean by young? 10, 11, 12 years old that were forced into sex with the cult leader, were raped by the cult leader, were beat down, just belittled, made to feel like pieces of total fucking shit by this guy. And all in the name of religion and fear. And it just utterly, it made me want to just go out to that television screen, rip this guy out of the screen, and take scissors, rusty scissors, dipped in gasoline, and cut off his eyelids. And that would just be the beginning. Because I would torture this motherfucker till there would be no end. So why would I do that? Why? Why? So that makes me the mean person. Well, let me explain to you a few things. And there's going to be other videos that I post that deal with other things like rape and child molestation and um, murder for no reason at all. And I'll even probably cover some pretty intense serial killers out there. And not just the Dahmers and the Bundys, but maybe a little about Gain and maybe some more uh, under the cover serial killers. But why do I say that that wouldn't be enough, or why do I want to get so violent with these fucking people? I'll tell you why. Um, in the United States today, we execute people by lethal injection, and in a few states, by hanging or firing squad. So sometimes, I believe I heard this saying in a Steven Seagal movie. There are certain things in life that are worse than death. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to our worst criminals because actually their deaths are a lot better than what they invoked on their victims. So, here's one way I look at capital punishment with lethal injection. If you got really fucked up tonight and you drank like so much vodka or scotch, like, and you drank so much and you laid down in your bed and you passed out, that's kind of like lethal injection. And I know you might think I'm making light of that, but look, in essence, here's what, the only difference is that person knows they're going to die tonight. But it's much the same way. They don't feel any pain. They go to sleep. And it's all over for them. Okay, so yes, it may not be the same as like having one too many scotches because we may be in a different environment. The different environment is, yes, I'm not laying on a gurney surrounded by people I don't know that want to kill me. But at the same time, that person has the humanity of knowing that no one's going to stab them to death 60 fucking times. No one's going to strangle them. No one's going to burn them. No one's going to electrocute them. No one's going to torture them till they fucking can't take it until they die. That's the difference in my mind. So why do I want to take someone and make them have no eyelids in such a brutal way? It's that reason. Because their victims never get a choice in how they die. And I'm sure they would have picked a humane way to die. Like one shot through the fucking heart to kill you instantly. Or a lethal injection. Or even death by hanging when it's done right, like we do in the United States. And even like the death that Saddam Hussein got was more humane than what 80% of the serial killers in this country do. Or 80% of the cults, David Koresh, remind you, Jim Jones, remind you, they kill people for no reason. And it infuriates me. But to get back on track, because I know I can get off on a tangent in a big way. My point is, I saw these shows tonight, and these cult leaders just raped and beat and sodomized and tortured these young children. And they're in jail, yes. How many of them are dead? Not many. What do they deserve? What is fair? I'm not saying I believe in an eye for an eye. What I believe in, though, is that there are some people that can't be rehabilitated. There are some people that cannot be brought back to the light. Some people can. And, well, and just to give you an example of some that can, in my opinion, these, I believe, can be liars, cheats, whether it be white collar crime, black collar crime, or blue collar, sorry. But someone that sodomizes a 12-year-old girl, I don't think you can be real, rehabilitated. And I think studies back me up on that. Rapists, it's been shown repeatedly, cannot be. Child molesters, serial murderers, that repeatedly I hear the phrase that they have no conscience. Their victims are an object to them. So, how do you think that they can be brought back into the normal world? They can't. And among those people, I put these religious cult figures that repeatedly torture, rape, molest, and murder these kids. That's where I'm at. And that's why I think there should be no eyelids.